Well, hello everyone. So it's Eva again, and I titled this video "It Shouldn't Be." It's a little confusing name, but hang in there with me. So the other day, I was thinking about my best friend. Her name is Kate, and she lives in Prague in Eastern Europe. And we were roommates in college, and we're best friends. And she's awesome, and I just love her. And she's one of those people. She's just perfect. She's like so good looking, so smart, has this like awesome career, but is constantly unhappy. And we watched her struggle through a relationship after relationship after relationship. And she was one of those people that is just never ever happy. And especially with the men she's dating. It was really interesting. And their downfall, I call it, it shouldn't be. It should be a different way. She has this idea, and not just her, right? She has this idea that men should treat her a certain way, relationships should look a certain way. There's way things should be in relationships. And when she was with somebody, like for example, when she met her now husband, it was, oh my gosh, it was a struggle from day one. And she'd be, I moved to the United States. She'd call me and she was so upset because he went out the night before with his friends. And I'm like, okay, he went out with his friends, so what, right? And then she'd call me super, super upset because he was sleeping in on Saturday morning so late. And she has it like, on the weekends, people should be doing coupley things. They should go out shopping or for a hike. Or I don't know what in the world couples do. But I was, oh my gosh, and I'm sitting there and judging the heck out of her. And I'm like, okay, you crazy. Just give it up. Go meditate. Accept him the way he is. He's great. He loves you. Okay, so what? He goes out with his friends, right? Like stop, just stop. Just be happy. So there's me, my self-righteous self, judging her, right? And then I just started laughing, right? I was driving the other day and I'm like thinking about all of this and I just start laughing. And I was thinking about my most recent relationship with my ex-boyfriend that ended about 3 months ago. And we were together for 9 months or so. And for the entire 9 months, there is, oh my gosh, there is just, I had this idea of how he should be with me. He should treat me a certain way. He should pay more attention to me. He should, oh my God. Like, I remember he didn't give me a gift for Christmas. It was a shitstorm. It was a shitstorm. And we were only together for like a month or two officially. It was a shitstorm. And that was just it. And from time to time, he would get angry. And I have like, oh my gosh, people shouldn't be angry. People should be happy all the time, preferably. People I'm dating should be happy. There's something wrong with people being angry. And I was thinking about, okay, well, who said people need to be happy? Who said that being angry is wrong? Right? And it was like I was resisting the person he was every single day. It's just he couldn't do anything right. And even when I was acting, I was pretending to be totally accepting and loving and whatnot and be there for him when he was angry. Oh my God, I was judging him all the time. Oof. And there's this like one sticky thing that was kind of a problem in our whole relationship, and I'm so almost ashamed to admit what it was. And the problem was that we would always split the check. It was a problem. Why? Because I had it shouldn't be this way. Men should pay for women. He should buy me dinner. I deserve it and I'm worth it and ha ha ha. And oh my God, every time we went out to eat, I would almost never. There are a couple instances when I made some snarky comments, but I would almost never say anything about it. And I was so upset underneath all that. Every single time it came to pay the bill, I was always, every single time I was upset about it. And it was worse. I was upset even just walking into the restaurant. I was upset waiting to happen. I was like, well, maybe this time he'll realize that I'm worth it and I'm totally lovable and I'm like, I'm the queen that should be treated like a queen or whatever. Right? And then I started reading this book, written by Byron Katie. No idea what the name of the book is, and she's got some tools to look at your own thoughts that you have about things, and it got really, really funny for me when I started thinking about this, and I was like, what happens when I think that thought, he should pay for my dinner? Whenever I think that thought, I get so upset. I get frustrated. I start feeling humiliated, like I'm less than, a woman or whatever, or less than a girlfriend. I don't know. Because he won't pay for my dinner, and then I, make myself wrong, and I feel guilty for having these thoughts and not being accepting enough, and then completely disconnected in my head, totally not there with him, and just, oh my God, shitstorm in my head. And on top of that, I have it like he's responsible for what's going on with me. Like there's nothing over there going on with him. It's over here with me, like all this upset night. And I have it like he's responsible for my upset. Meanwhile, he has no idea. Poor guy has zero idea that's going on over here. Anyway, so then I thought, okay, after a year of upsets, like who would I be without that thought? And I was thinking about this, and it's so funny. Before I go there, it's so funny because it's a thought that I totally made up. It's not true, right? It's just a thought that I made up in my head. And some of my girlfriends will totally agree with me because, and you know how it goes, the more people agree, the more true it is, even though it's really not. And I made it up to upset myself, to cause myself an upset. And I'm acting like he's responsible. And it's so funny because I could make up anything. I could make up, oh, he should be doing 30,000 push-ups every morning, and then get upset when he doesn't and never say anything about it. And then I thought, okay, so who would I be without the thought? If I never had the thought, oh my God, he should pay for my dinner. And, it is also true that I want him to pay for my dinner. Like, who doesn't, right? Like, of course I want people to pay for my dinner. Even though I'm in hiding about it. I'm totally not letting it hiding it. Like, I have my shit together. I can pay for my food, right? Sure, but I also like other people paying for my dinner, especially men when they take me out on a date. Sure, why not? What would happen if I didn't have that upsetting thought that he should really buy me dinner if he loves me? If I didn't have that thought, I might actually ask him, hey, would you mind paying for the dinner tonight? And he might say yes, he might say no. I have no idea, right? Because I never really actually tried. But it might be that, it's not that big of a deal. And he'd be like, sure. Maybe not all the time, but sometimes, sure, why not? If that makes you feel better because I care about you. Who knows, right? It's one of those things. Then anyway, so the whole thing is just so funny to me. And I was causing myself an upset for a year and acting like he was responsible. So, I don't know where to go from here, but it's when you start looking at what the thoughts that you produce in your head, what kind of upsets they cause, it just starts looking pretty funny and hilarious. And, we need to start dealing with that every time we're upset about something and we're pretending we're at the effect of something and somebody else is responsible for our upset, we're probably just believing a thought that is absolutely not real and absolutely not true. It's just in our head. And the other person probably has no idea. And so we really have to look at, okay, is this really true? And even if it is, like, for example, it is true that I want him to pay for my food. And then you start looking like, what happens when I have that thought? I want him to do ha ha ha. And you start really having a look at like, okay, what happens when I believe the thought, and what would it be like if I didn't have that thought? And you discover that you'd be totally happy and at peace and actually connected to the other person. And you might actually have the power to ask them to do whatever you need them to do. You're not like secretly just being resentful about it and angry and, feeling humiliated because, they don't care enough about you or whatever you have about it. Anyway, so that's what I have to share for today. And thank you for watching, and thank you for listening. And, send me an email, a comment, or, whatever way is comfortable for you to reach out. Thank you.